If you're playful and charismatic and have a great circle of friends, many times it will isolate you and slowly dim your light. And once you become codependent and boring, he will break up with you and tell you that he lost attraction without even understanding that he was the one who caused it.
Why masculines choose misery. Despite being aggrandized by current societal standards as the exemplar of strength and grit, masculine energy as it stands is far weaker than feminine energy and all of its manifestations. Energy to the soul is similar to muscles in the body. Proper nourishment and a concerted effort to build stronger muscles is required in order to carry more weight. Much is the same of energy. Chakras or energy centers require consistent and adequate care, as well as experiences that challenge each area to build intuitive strength. In this video, we are going to be looking at the weakening of the masculine and why many choose miserable existences over meaningful growth. This is Channeling. The masculine identified has spent far too much time repressing their connection to emotional growth. When intelligence and a connection to your emotional world is in direct conflict with your association of what it means to be strong, hard, or tough, the need to stuff down emotional experiences is increased. The effects of this masculine phenomena are far-reaching in each individual. Not only does this create blockages in the throat, with the perpetuation of unclear communication styles, it even causes many masculines to lack personal imagination. Unable to see more for themselves than what they've accomplished thus far in life, and even leaning heavily on vicarious existences, where the accomplishments of other masculines are conflated as their own, by way of group association or proxy.
The men that you look up to have money. You don't have no money. Let's be for real. The men trying to be, you'll never become in real life. You men just want to belong to something, a community.
These impacts can even be felt at the level of academia, where educators continue to see apathy in male-identified students, while feminine students continue to exceed expectations by leaps and bounds. And as the inability to connect on a deeper level pervades, living becomes hyper-individualized, unable to foster a universal connection to living beings and the natural or ethereal world. It's for this reason why many men or masculine identified display narcissistic personality traits and behavioral issues that we've so eloquently named as weaponized incompetence, king baby, or emotionally unstable tyrant types, and many others.
I hate a man with a funky ass attitude. Fuck you!
These issues have direct connections to an unaligned chakra system, where the rejection of new knowledge leads to troubling learning skills at the level of the crown, delusions and a lack of imagination at the third eye, poor listening comprehension skills at the throat, and a lack of tolerance, bitter and hateful attitudes at the heart. With that, it comes with no surprise that as feminines continue to awaken, they are also beginning to sever ties with masculines who have resigned to this existence, or as so beautifully put by our following example, have reached a tolerable level of permanent unhappiness.
I found it in this Reddit thread. My partner came home all outraged that his friend was crying as he had been dumped. Since I'm friends with the ex-girlfriend, I wasn't surprised and told him so. When he went to see his mate the next day, he was being supportive. I told him to ask a few questions to ascertain whether he really was caught off guard, as if it was unexpected to me. I'm confused why it would be unexpected to the man in the actual relationship. Partner came home and went, So I spoke to him and he said he knew she'd been unhappy, but he thought it was just a rough patch. So yeah, he did know. He wasn't caught off guard. He just thought it was a tolerable level of permanent unhappiness. My friend, the ex-girlfriend, is thriving. A tolerable level of permanent unhappiness. Wow, that is a life-changing sentence. I agree, because this is what I think is the baseline for men. They get into relationships with women that works for him, but where she suffers, and then slowly chip away at her freedom and her happiness, and used weaponized incompetence to get her to a tolerable level of permanent unhappiness.
While it has been said that toxic masculinity impacts us all, indeed does feminine suppression. This lack of internal balance contributes to the issues for masculines within their masculine chakras as well, with many masculines struggling to establish true internal self-confidence, a fixation on material gain, toxic interpersonal connections, and a lack of purpose in their walking life.